In early 1942, a secret project was initiated by the U.S. Joint Psychological Warfare Committee. It was so secret, the General Dwight D. Eisenhower approved the project with no input from any other branches of the U.S. military. Its code name? The FP-45, and it was designed to bring Nazi-occupied Europe to its knees. Hi everybody, Joel Colander here for Rock Island Auction Company. Take another look at some of the fantastic pieces in our 2019 September 6th, 7th, and 8th Premier Firearms Auction. And we're talking today about the FP-45, which a lot of us know, of course, as the Liberator. The FP-45 stood for Flare Projector 45. It's a small, near-disposable pistol designed to be used by guerrilla and insurgent forces in Nazi-occupied Europe. The pistol wasn't the only thing given a mysterious code name. There were several parts of the gun listed on the blueprints that were also given names to throw off anybody who might be tracking such a project. On those blueprints, the barrel is referred to as a tube, the trigger as the yoke, the trigger guard as a spanner, and the firing pin inside is referred to as a control rod. The FP-45 was comprised of 23 parts, most of which were stamped steel, with notable exceptions, of course, being the cocking knob in the back and the small smooth-bore barrel, which oddly enough was manufactured by Frigidaire. For delivery, the FP-45 was set to be placed in a waxed cardboard box, waxed to protect the contents from any weathering, which, as you can see, leaves no mystery on the front as to what might be inside. Now inside, of course, was the FP-45 was a Liberator pistol. There were 10 rounds of 45 ACP. There was a wooden dowel so you could manually extract spent brass from the pistol, and a set of almost comic book-like instructions showing the 12 steps without any words. They showed it in pictures of how to load, fire, and unload the gun. Pictures, of course, being a more universal language, so they didn't have to worry about different instructions for different areas. They were made by the General Motors Guide Lamp plant in Anderson, Indiana, after it had been determined that inland manufacturing should continue pumping out M1 carbines. From conception to the end of production run was only 6 months. At the end, there were 1 million produced by a staff of only 300. The joke is that they took more time to reload than they actually did to manufacture. The price to manufacture? $2.10. For the pistol, the box, and all its contents, $1.73 of which was just the pistol, earning it the nickname the Woolworth pistol. How was their performance in the war? No one really knows. There are very few documented uses of it, but it's sort of unfair because nobody was really that enthusiastic about placing these into theater. Despite there being 1 million made, 500,000 being sent to occupied Europe, who never really did anything with them. I believe 50,000 were sent to Australia, there were some sent to some Grecian islands, but ultimately at the end of the war, 450,000 were either scrapped or dumped at sea. No one in the Pacific theater was very enthusiastic about using them either. So could these have had an effect in the war? Oh, sure, absolutely, maybe if 1 million of them had been distributed. Second, even if they were, it might have been difficult to document. Insurgent and guerrilla forces generally don't document their kills, making the performance of the FP-45 difficult at best to gauge. Now what we have here, of course, isn't just any Liberator pistol. This Liberator pistol happens to be the former property of one Mr. Ralph Hagen. Mr. Hagen wrote the book on the FP-45 Liberator pistol. This pistol should look real familiar real fast. We get Liberator pistols from time to time, but few can claim the pedigree as coming from one Mr. Hagen's collection. Collector friends, whether you're interested in guns with interesting histories, fantastic pedigrees, whether you like U.S. military, German military, Colts, Winchesters, and Smith & Wesson's Class 3s, you name it, the September Premier Auction has it. That's September 6th, 7th, and 8th. You can check out the full listings on rockislandauction.com. Make sure you give us a subscribe, and we'll see you soon for another video.